It says, I can anticipate the response that is coming. I know that all God's commands are spiritual, but I am not. Isn't that also your experience? And the answer comes, yes. I am full of myself. After all, I've spent a long time in sin's prison. Can we go to the next? It stopped somewhere. I've spent a long time in sin's prison. Now, this is where I'm going. What I don't understand about myself is that I decide one way, but then I act another. Doing things I absolutely despise. So if I can't be trusted to figure out what is best for myself and then do it, it becomes obvious that God's command is necessary. Now, follow me. Just keep following. Let's go. 15. But I need something more. For if I know the law but still can't keep it, and if the power of sin within me keeps sabotaging my best intentions, I obviously need help. I realize that I don't have what it takes. I can will it, but I can't do it. I decide to do good, but I don't really do it. I decide not to do bad. What happens? Read, what happens? Then I do it anyway. My decisions, such as they are, don't result in actions. Look at that sentence. Something has gone wrong deep within me. Can we move? Something has gone wrong deep within me, and it gets the better of me every time. Next verse. It happens so regularly that it is predictable. The moment I decide to do good, sin is there to trip me up. And this is the conflict of the Christian. I truly delight in God's commands, but it is pretty obvious that not all of me joins in that delight. Parts of me covertly rebel, and just when I least expect it, they take charge. I've tried everything and nothing helps. I'm at the end of my rope. Is there no one who can do anything for me? Isn't that the real question? That, my friends, is the definition for addiction in the Bible. So this is addiction in the Bible. And I'm waiting to see Paul, because I'm going to ask him, what were you struggling with to be able to capture these things so perfectly? Because he said to us that he told God, take this thorn from me. And God said to him, hey, he's staying with you so that you stay humble. So I want to know what Paul was dealing with. You want to know what I was dealing with? Want to know what my addiction was? Huh? I went there today. Coca-Cola. I went there today. I had to go. When they called and said, oh, we are thinking that maybe during the day you could do something fun. Do you want to go to Coca-Cola factory? Yes! No hesitation. Coca-Cola dealt with me. I drank Coke until I was losing my mind. But that was one of my less wicked vices. Less destructive bad habits. The worst one of them was anger. Oh, you didn't know anger is an addiction? You didn't know? Hey, when you rage and people back off and you get to do what you want, what do you think that is? The high that you get from people being scared of you is the same high that cocaine gives to the brain. Boom. So be measuring yourself as I'm talking. Like I said, no traffic wardens in church today. But this is the struggle of the Christian. I love God. I have given my life to Jesus. Why then does this thing get to me every time? And before I know it, I'm down. I used to rage. One day I was raging at a man. He drove badly and blocked me. I was shouting at him. He came out of my car. When he came out of my car, of his car, I started praying in my heart. Was a giant. Because if he hit me once, I would die. Like, God, can you just quietly get me back to my car before this guy loses it like I've lost it? He just came out of his car. My goodness. Like all my anger just went down. But Christian struggles. How do you know you have a controlling behavior? Because if I call it addiction, some of you would squirm and like, no, that's not me. So let's call it controlling behaviors. Number one, how do you know? I want you to measure yourself. Number one, broken promises. If you made a promise to yourself, your spouse, your God, your dog, I'm never going to do this again. This is not okay. And you did it again. It's probably an addiction. Hello? Is there anybody going ouch? 2, entitlement. If there's any behavior you feel entitled to because it's probably an addiction. Oh, I work so hard. When I come back home, I'm tired. I'm all highly strung. I need to relax. So I need a shot. Some shots of brandy. Yeah, no. I deserve it because I work hard. Oh, no. I'm feeling tense now. And we need some ganja, man. Irate. Because irate, when we take ganja, man, we feel irate. Any behavior you feel entitled to is probably a struggle. You make excuses for that behavior. Oh, that's how we are in our family. When we get angry, we can do anything. When we're done, then everything will calm down. No. That's entitlement right there. It's probably a controlling behavior. Number 3, failed attempts to change. So you didn't only make a promise, you made an attempt. You went 1 week maybe, 3 months maybe, 2 weeks maybe, and you went back to the behavior. Check. It's probably a controlling behavior. If you've had negative consequences because of a behavior, if you've lost friends, if you have been arrested by the police, if you have lost a job, negative consequences would indicate the behavior is probably an addiction. And of course, lost opportunities, time, ministry, jobs, relationships. A man went for a job interview, and owner of the company had already zeroed in on him to give him the job. But the last test was to go to the restaurant and eat, and everybody was asked to bring their money. He came and was going down the line taking what he wanted so he could pay at the end of the till like everybody else. Nobody knew the owner of the company was sitting in a corner watching. And this man that he had already decided to give the job to, because the man didn't only do well in the aptitude test, he carried himself well. He got to these little tubs of butter, 10 cents. And he looked around gently, and to him, nobody was watching. So he put that tub of butter in his pocket. And he got to the end of the line and paid for everything except the tub of butter. And it cost him a 6-figure job. Because the owner of the company was watching. If he can steal a tub of butter, he will steal the company blind. You think that was the first day he did that? No. My people in Nigeria have a saying, every day for the thief, and one day for the owner. One day it will catch up. Everybody who has an addiction, everybody who has a controlling behavior lives on borrowed time. One day time will be up and exposure will come. That's how it works. Satan will push you to go. Then he will call the people that should come and expose you and show you to them so that they can shame you. Because part of Satan's tools is shame. The next one is ineffective prayer. You open your mouth to pray and the voice of the enemy comes and says, are you among the people that pray? Was it not you just yesterday that? Are you not the one that just came from? And then the volume of your prayer just, you know you can't pray. Something keeps accusing you. Something keeps getting in the way. Ineffective prayer is indicative of a struggle. And then finally, your heart knows. You can deceive everybody else. They bring them to my rehab. They're lying against me. No. I don't know what they're talking about. That's how they keep accusing me. One man brought his son. They had caught him in school, and the school has zero tolerance for drug use. And they had tested the boy, and he tested positive for something. So they told him, you either go to rehab or you are expelled. So the father brings him to my rehab, and he's going, no, they're lying against my son. My son cannot do that. Nothing contaminated comes from my loins. We told him, sir, can you go outside? So he went out, and I looked at the boy and said, oh boy, you know that we know. He said, yes, auntie, actually, please don't tell my daddy. I'm not only a user, I'm the dealer on campus. I went out and said, sir, your loins are very contaminated. You can't lie to anybody, you know. Those are the pointers. So I'd like to ask you, how many did you score? Out of 7. Did I give you 7? How many did you score? You don't have to answer me. Because if you scored more than 2, you're an addict. Quiet in the church. Church is quiet. If you scored more than 2, if you scored 3 and above, you're struggling with an addiction. So don't take it to that extreme. Look at yourself and catch yourself in time before the enemy leads you down the path of shame. The Bible tells us about humility. It says, humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. So there are 2 ways to humility. Either you humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, or you are humiliated into humility. So it's a choice. We have an enemy. It's these controlling habits that are destroying relationships, destroying marriages, destroying families, making fathers walk away from families, making mothers abdicate responsibility, bending children. Children are struggling with things they don't even know how the struggles came. These things. And when the family unit is dismantled, church loses power. Because church is made up of people and families. Now, if families are broken, they come to church with that brokenness. That's what the church projects. It's the spirits in the house that determine the face of the church that people see.